Good morning. Hope y'all are having a blessed day. Let's read the just for today. From rude awakening to spiritual awakening. When a need arises for us to admit our powerlessness, we may first look for ways to exert power against it. After exhausting these ways, we begin sharing with others and find hope. We've sometimes heard it said in our meetings that rude awakenings lead to spiritual awakenings. What kind of rude awakenings do we have in recovery? Such an awakening might occur when some undesirable bit of our behavior that we thought safely hidden away is suddenly revealed for all the world to see. Or our sponsor might provoke such an awakening by informing us that just like everyone else, we have to work the steps if we expect to stay clean and recover. Most of us hate to have our covers pulled. We don't like being laid naked in full view. The experience delivers a strong dose of humility. Our first reaction to such a disclosure is usually shock and anger, yet we recognize the truth when we hear it. What we are having is a rude awakening. Such awakenings often disclose barriers that block us from making spiritual progress in our recovery. Once those barriers are exposed, we can work the steps to begin removing them from our lives. We can begin experiencing the healing and serenity, which are the preludes to a renewed awakening of the spirit. Just for today, I will recognize the rude awakenings I have as opportunities to grow towards spiritual awakening. As I'm reading this, I'm thinking about one of the best friends I've ever had. He's living the program. He loves hard. He's honest, and he will pull your covers quick. And I'm grateful for that man because he helped me get to a place that I needed to be, right? And he did it in a way that worked for me. I thought he was a butthole at first, but that's what I needed, somebody that loved me the way he loved me, and he would pull my covers quick. I remember, so I left treatment and I went to a halfway house that I was asked to leave after 6 months because of being on the women's hall. And then I went to a 3/4 house, and then I moved in with this person that had some clean time. Lots of clean time. And I remember I was still trying to give my attention and get attention from women, right? And that's like what I was focused on, probably more than my recovery. And I remember one day he said something to the extent of, I hope your little dumbass is tough. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, because you're about to experience some pain behind these relationships with these women, or they weren't even relationships. And I remember I didn't like the way he said it at first, right? Like it says in here, we try to exert power against. I try to make up all these reasons why he was saying that to me. And what it really made me do is look at what I was doing. And I can tell you that was one of the things, one of the rude awakenings for me in recovery, that just because I would try to dress these things, as long as she's got a sponsor and working steps. And what I realized is I was causing a bunch of pain to others. It was disunity. The situations I was putting people in make them not want to come to meetings. And most of all, I was hurting myself, even though I thought I had these boundaries set up, these walls set up that were protecting me. Come to find out, I was hurting myself because I was causing pain in people's life. And once I look at it in the step working process, I see the pain that I'm causing in my life and others. And I'm really grateful for the rude awakenings. I have a sponsor that is the most loving, caring person that I've ever met. He is literally like, man, a godsend in this program for me. He's loved me unconditionally through it all. But he can also say some things to me that are true in a way that calls me to be a better person. That started when I was in treatment, back when he was a counselor and he wasn't even my sponsor. He called me out. He said, why don't you come in here with a paper and a pen and write some things down that might save your life instead of worrying about what the girls on this side of the room are doing? And it made me mad at first, of course, but the next day I brought a paper and a pen and I started writing things down. I'm grateful for these men in my life. They could see where I was focusing on the wrong thing and they helped get me back on track. I am super grateful for them and for this program. And so if somebody's pulling your covers in this program, it might not feel comfortable at first, but it's probably somebody that loves you that's living the program. And so be grateful for those people. I know I am. Thank y'all for tuning in. Have a good Tuesday.